What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Blues TV and welcome to a new type of video that we're trying to introduce to you guys. This is Twitter Reacts. We're going to be responding to all the tweets that you guys put on Twitter after every game. We're going to be responding to your opinions and we're going to be discussing them as well. So let's move straight on to our first tweet, and our first tweet is from @LavCFC. By the way, all the guys we're shouting out, don't forget to follow them on Twitter as well. LavCFC says, "Let's get things straight. Almost every Chelsea fan is backing Frank Lampard. We all want him to succeed and we all understand the circumstances we are in. The problem and frustration is with the board and Roman in letting the club fall behind. Been poorly run for years. It's sad." Now, I think he's onto a little bit of a point here. Firstly, I'll say is almost every Chelsea fan is backing Frank Lampard. Hell, maybe even every Chelsea fan, but I can't speak for them all, innit? But most Chelsea fans are backing Frank Lampard. But the one thing where he does have a little bit of point in, it is because of the last couple of years that we are where we are. If you look at our last couple of transfer windows, they all speak for themselves, especially after we've won the league, because we have a very nasty habit of winning the league and doing poorly in the transfer window. You look at after we won the league in 14-15 and we didn't really build on that, and then we had that awful start to the season where we had to sack Jose Mourinho when we were a point off the relegation zone. And then you move on to the one after we won the league under Conte, which just speaks for itself. 230 million, I think, spent on Davide Zappacosta, Timu Bakayoko, Danny Drinkwater, Alvaro Morata. I think I'm even missing more names, but that entire transfer window was a joke. And every player that we signed, I think every player that we signed was even brought in injured. And then the season after that, when we weren't sure if Conte was being sacked or if we were going to stick with Maurizio Sarri, and then Conte came into training at the start of July for pre-season and got sacked a day or two into pre-season, and then we brought in Maurizio Sarri. So we only had 5 days to train with his first team squad, with his full starting 11 before the season even started, and all he could really bring in was Kepa, Kovacic and Jorginho. And then you look at this season, which kind of ironically has been our best transfer window in ages, and we've been banned. It all speaks for itself. I'm not trying to throw shots at anyone, I'm not trying to start any beef, but let's be honest, you look at the transfer windows over the last couple of years, they speak for themselves, and this guy is onto a very good point. Right, our second Twitter post is from @blue_footy, and he says, "I've seen a few tweets about Chelsea missing Hazard. Well, we don't. Hazard is not a defender. Point is, if we stop leaking useless goals, we would be fine. Most of us have forgotten that we struggled for balance, lost heavily last season in Hazard's presence, forcing Sarri to drop our pressing line. Trust me, an unbalanced team with 3 Hazards will still lose to Sheffield. Football is not a one-man sport like tennis." Again, the guy's got a bit of a point, but also still going to disagree a bit. Hazard isn't a defender and we're missing quality defenders. That is a completely fair point. I mean, you just watch one of the games and that will just tell you all that you need to know. We have a suspect back line. Azpilicueta's been suspect at the right. Zuma's been leaking errors. Same thing with Christensen as well. Only really decent point in defence has been Emerson this season, to be honest. But to say that Chelsea ain't missing Eden Hazard, all you need to do is look at his stats and it speaks for himself. I mean, I can't list them all off because they're all just long, but all I'm saying is if you look at our attacking statistics for last season, Eden Hazard is fucking top for most of them. Eden Hazard carried our team in the attacking third for time last season. Hell, not even last season, for years we were being carried by Eden Hazard. And let's be honest, without Eden Hazard, you can see how much our attacking players struggled. Even look at the game against Sheffield United, for instance. Yes, we scored 2 goals, 2 good goals from Tammy Abraham. But let's be real, they were from 2 defensive mistakes. The first one, the goalkeeper dropped the ball from his hands. The second one, 2 defenders jumped for the same ball and they bumped into each other and it was easy for Tammy Abraham. Credit to him for getting in the right place at the right time. I'm not trying to take anything away from Tammy Abraham. 4 goals in your last 2 games is brilliant. But let's be honest, our attacking play has gone down without Eden Hazard. You look at the way we've been playing, you look at the way we've been attacking, there hasn't been a player out there that really is trying to take the game for themselves other than Tammy Abraham and to an extent Mason Mount as well. But we need more of that influence, and Eden Hazard has that driving influence for us. So to say that we're not missing Eden Hazard, a bit naive in my opinion. Right guys, so the third tweet that we're going to be talking about today is from @blue_footy again, and he says, frankly, Azpi can still defend. Defending is an act, and like they say in Italy, the older you get, the better you become. But the problem is what Lampard asks of him. Lampard's football drains the life out of him. Mental tiredness breeds mistakes, and he's slow. He should move to centre-back. Now, I wouldn't say it's what Lampard's asking of him that's draining him. I think it's just playing at right back in general. You look at him from when he moved back to right back from centre back, he's just never really been the same. He doesn't have the stamina in him to keep bursting up and down that right hand side. His crossing leaves a lot to be desired. Coming back as well, he's just too exposed on that right hand side. I do agree that he has to move back into centre back, because I think if you move him into centre-back, he's got to do less of the legwork, he's got more cover around him, he can focus more on the defensive work. Yeah, he isn't that tall and you might lose the aerial battle a good couple of times, but if you got Rudiger on the other side of him, to be honest, that should be able to make up for it. And as much as I think that might be an issue, everyone has their weaknesses regardless, but you got to look at Azpilicueta's strengths. When it comes to one-on-one defending for years, he's been one of, if not the best defender in the world when it comes to that. He's a great one-on-one defender. He knows how to stop players. You need to focus more on his strengths. That's why I respect it. I respect this guy's opinion. This opinion is something I agree with you. If you've heard me speak about on Twitter, if you've heard me and Sophie talk about in previous videos as well, we both want to see Azpilicueta play at centre-back. But we don't really think it's because of Lampard's system. I think it's just because of what's asked of a right back. I've heard people saying in general that Azpilicueta's bulked up a lot since he's gone back to centre back. He's become a lot more stronger. He's become a lot more physical. And he's lost the speed that you need on that right-hand side. And the game's developed. If you're playing on either side of the left or the right, there's a lot that's asked of you. You need to be able to contribute a lot going forward as well as at the back. And let's be real, if you looked at Azpilicueta for the last year or so, going forward has been a huge weakness for him. The only time he's ever been great going forward, I think, was when Morata was at the club and he was making him look world class for an entire season. So let's be honest, Azpilicueta at centre back is exactly where he needs to be. Okay guys, so our fourth tweet comes from @Chris_G37, and he says, I feel emotionally detached from Chelsea this season. I haven't watched any of Lampard's presses except the first one. I hate most of the fan base and I hate the decline that this club is in. I dislike watching Tammy, Mason Mount and Zuma, and I haven't felt that spark since watching the Europa League final. Yeah, get a grip. I mean, I'm not even trying to be rude, but seriously, you feel emotionally detached and it's been, what, 4 or 5 games? I mean, I get it, the football's been a bit iffy. We've only won 1 game, it's looking peak, I'm not even gonna lie, but emotionally detached, I mean, for most of the fans, they feel a lot more emotionally attached this season. Frank Lampard's back, a lot of Chelsea legends are back. The club looks like it's being run by people who care about the club again. Youth are being given a chance. I mean, I know we've been talking about in videos previously about if they're being given too much of a chance or anything like that, but let's be real, you look at this season compared to last season and you're emotionally detached. I mean, last season when fans were turning on each other and the bridge was just toxic and everyone was just chanting "fuck Sarri ball" every week, I thought that was a bit toxic. Emotionally detached now, I mean, even this isn't even coming from me. Let's say you're one of the older fans watching this and you're, what, 40, 50 years old, you've seen us been relegated, you've seen the real bad times. Would you really be feeling emotionally detached now? Would you be looking at tweets like this thinking, really? You're emotionally detached? And this is coming from a guy who started supporting Chelsea in about 06, 07 when I got into football as a kid. Before any of you dickheads call me a plastic, it was because they were blue and it had nothing to do with football, so I'm just adding that there. Huh? Yeah, 20 minutes down here too, thanks Sammy. But yeah, emotionally detached from Chelsea this season. I'm not getting you, bro. Okay guys, so this has been our first ever Twitter Reacts video. Guys, let us know whether you enjoyed this video or not. Let us know whether you want us to keep doing videos like this. Let us know whether you agree or disagree with any of the opinions that I've said. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Blues TV again. All social media links for Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter and Instagram will be down in the comment section below. All our social media links will be down in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out my personal channel, Carefree Lewis G, as well. And we'll see you guys for the next video.
Everyone, I am Sophie Rose.
And I'm Lewis Gabriel Selassie, and we are your new presenters for Blues TV for the upcoming season.
So make sure you click the subscribe button and keep watching.